Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Corey from Lion Dads, and if you're kind of a more seasoned Lion Dad, if you're more getting up in your golden age, 55, 60 plus senior citizen kind of age, if you're getting the discount at the fast food restaurant and getting the free Diet Coke with your burger patties, this may be the video for you. But before we get into it, I do want you guys to go to lion-dads.com, and I want you to get my free PDF on getting started on a carnivore diet. It's got everything you need in there to get fit, get healthy on a carnivore diet. Just get yourself started. I got a shopping list in there. It's at lion-dads.com, and I got a link down in the description of the video. So getting back into it, one thing that I've noticed a lot recently, and this is, I've seen it online, I've seen it in my own experiences, my comment section on my YouTube channel, my social media, everything. I see a lot of guys and women too that are, 55, 60, 65 plus, and they're interested in starting a carnivore diet. They're experiencing, the typical health concerns that you get as you reach, the older, like the more seasoned stages in life. I'm trying to be as sensitive as I can to you guys. And, there's a lot of concerns that like, oh, well, I see a lot of younger people doing this and people getting back in shape, but maybe it's, too late for me. And I see these kind of concerns being expressed online, and it drives me nuts. I don't really think it needs to be that way. I don't think you guys need to feel that way. I think, in my opinion, like the worst time to start something that you think will help you and be beneficial and improve your life and improve your health, the worst time to start it is never. You know what I mean? I think starting it today is better than starting it not at all, right? And I think that a carnivore diet, to me, has a lot of benefits. The same benefits that it has for younger people, like, middle-aged people, whether that's middle-aged like myself or, younger guys, teenagers up through their 20s, 30s, whatever, starting a family. I think, the same rules apply. There's great weight loss benefits. There's great benefits in, muscle repair, muscle building and, ligament and tendon repair, bone strengthening, all that stuff. I think all that stuff has its benefits for elderly people, for senior citizens, however you want to classify yourself. It has the same benefits that I think it has for everybody. There's no reason to exclude yourself from that demographic just because you've lived your life a little longer. I think there's no reason that you should feel like, oh man, it's too late for me to start this diet. So I just wanted to get that out of the way before I get into going over the details of what I think about it and how you can implement it and stuff. So it is a common misconception, I think, in this space that not necessarily among the young people, but amongst the people in that demographic, that it's a younger man's or younger person's game or something like that. It's not. This is literally for everybody. Literally anybody can jump right in to eating a carnivore diet and start reaping the benefits, no matter what age you are. It's just, getting older in life, as I'm learning right now in my 40s, it comes with, different, as you get older, the body breaks down, things like that, and you have different needs than younger people do. Than you did, than I did even 5-10 years ago. Even though I was in considerably worse shape than what I'm in now, I noticed that I don't recover from things as fast anymore. I'll give one example. Like, one reason I have quit drinking is because my body just doesn't tolerate it the way it used to. I remember being in my 20s, night of binge drinking, wake up and go to the gym, and that carried through my 30s. Even though I was kind of bad, out of shape and stuff like that, I could still recover from like a night of drinking and stuff. Now a night of drinking has me down the whole next day, basically. And I noticed that getting into my late 30s, because I really haven't drank in a long while. And when I have, it's been like one. You know what I mean? And it's been a long time since I've had a drink, and I'm definitely looking at my life of being alcohol free probably from here on out, just because it's, I'm seeing that the negative effects hit me harder and carry over longer as I get older. So that's just one example of something I've noticed about getting older. But, from transitioning to a carnivore diet from a standard American diet, a lot of us, when we get to a certain age, what's one thing that we all end up, it's a common theme, is like the medications, right? As you get older, like I remember my grandparents having a pill box. Now my parents have a pill box, and, I really don't yet. I'm hoping, the way I've started my dietary, my nutrition, kind of the progress I've been making and stuff, I'm trying to put that off, if not avoid it at all, for the rest of my life. Who knows if that's going to work, and it's wishful thinking, I don't know, but I'm giving it my best shot. But a lot of you, I think one big concern for many, older people coming on this, finding this diet and coming onto this, is the medications they're on. How is it going to affect my medication? How is, is it gonna, like, if you're on medication for cholesterol and then your cholesterol significantly lowers over time, what is that going to, is that going to create some kind of off balance? Because we really don't know, right? Unless you actually are a doctor, or a person who makes medications, or maybe a pharmacist. I don't know who the experts are in the field, because I like to avoid medicine. I don't know how that stuff works, and probably neither do we. So that's a concern, right? We all have that, oh my God, how's this going to affect my medication? I can tell you I was on medication for a while, so I had medication for allergies. And I've got a whole video planned on this, probably, that's going to come out probably next week, on coming off medication. So I'm not going to jump into it too much. But I had, some like allergy medications. I haven't taken allergy medication in like 4 years. And it was a daily routine. My whole life was taking allergy medication when I was a kid. Claritin, Benadryl, whatever, Zyrtec, all that, those kind of over-the-counter type things. I just had to take them, and, haven't needed them in years now, since I started a carnivore diet. So those are all things you got to think about. Like, do I come off medication? Do I need to worry about this, that, or the other? So, what I want to talk to you guys about in that process, I'm not a big go to the doctor guy for myself. That's another reason I like this diet and want to stay on it. It keeps me from having to always go. I don't have problems, and I don't have ailments, and I don't feel like I really need to go to the doctor. I've gone to like 2 checkups since I started a carnivore diet. I haven't needed to go for anything since the event that led to me being on a carnivore diet. Really, I haven't gone for anything. But as you get older, I think there is a lot to be said about communication with your healthcare provider, and, keeping them in the loop. You don't want to go lie to them. They're probably going to get pissed off at you because they're, brainwashed still, and they don't know shit about nutrition and all that kind of stuff. And they'll tell you this diet's bad and blah, 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 blah. But you need to keep checking your results. Get by all means, get blood work done. Keep your doctor in the know of hey, this feels a lot better. Maybe we can peel back the medication. I never advocate stopping anything cold turkey, any kind of treatment you're getting or anything like that. If you think you're, getting better and can come off something, you need to talk to your doctor obviously about it and let them know what, the concerns are as far as stopping a medication, what could happen, things like that. Obviously, most medications, if you do, you kind of have to wean off them, things like that. So that's just stuff as an older person on a carnivore diet you need to be kind of aware of, is, how do I talk to my doctor about this? Accepting the fact that they're not going to like my diet and they're going to be pissed, but you just have to kind of show them the results speak for themselves. But be in contact with them about how to reduce treatments if that comes to fruition. It may not at all. You may have medications you're on for life, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? But if they're, just stay in touch with your doctor. That's my 2 cents on it. So another concern I see a lot of you guys have is the nutrient adequacy as your body ages. Is my body still efficient at taking in nutrients the way it used to be, things like that. And I don't see that being any kind of something you should be concerned about. I think your nutrient intake, your absorption of nutrients that you're getting from carnivore foods as an older person shouldn't, I mean, to the best of my knowledge, isn't any different. It can't hurt, right? It can only, be, it's not a thing that I'd look at as that this should be as an excuse to not do it because maybe I don't absorb nutrients as quickly. And I don't even, like I said, I don't know if that's even the case. I don't think it is. I think it sounds ridiculous to me, but it can't be any worse than what you're doing now. So I would say get to it and start eating more nutrient dense foods, quit poisoning your body as you're getting older, and maybe your body's maybe not even as efficient as eliminating some of the horrible processed shit you're putting into it. You know what I mean? It stands to reason that if you're getting worse because you're eating bad food, you should probably get better because you're eating more nutrient dense quality food, right? So that's where I kind of think that whole thing sounds ridiculous, and I've heard that a few times, and I just don't think it's a reasonable argument to make that you're concerned your body wouldn't take on the nutrients as well as it could have. Well, even if it's not as quite efficient, it's probably going to be efficient enough to still see benefits. So that's why I think you should do it. And I think, if you plan out a good carnivore diet and you stick to it and you come up with a program and you come up with a plan, I honestly think that it'll provide all the essential nutrients you need as your body kind of ages and, helps you. And it'll, I think, in my opinion, help it from breaking down, at least prolong, sustain your health and kind of hopefully mitigate the breaking down that happens, or at least slow the process down. You do, I think, in my opinion, need to keep, balancing your protein intake and working toward, satiety. I think it's really important for your muscle maintenance and for the prevention of your body breaking down that you keep a high, so most carnivore diets are really, really high fat. Most people eat a really high fat diet, and I think you definitely should, even as an older person. I think that's one of the biggest concerns is too much fat equals too much cholesterol, which I'm not even going to get into, and that's probably what you're hearing from your doctor. I know I have a person close to me that may or may not be a parent of mine that will not, absolutely 100% never go into a carnivore diet because they're scared shitless because their doctor has fear-mongered them into thinking fat equals cholesterol, blah, blah, blah. And from what I'm seeing, there's a cost being paid for that, but I'm not trying to get too into that here. That's a different story. So, but I think definitely, one of the concerns is the fat intake and the effect on cholesterol in the body and things like that. So I'm all about you guys eating a high-fat carnivore diet. I just think protein is just as important as you get older and you age. I've definitely noticed it in me as far as I get older, the healing process when I, maybe go a little too hard on myself in the gym, which I have done, and, maybe kind of tweak something or overexert myself or something. When I'm higher in protein and I'm balancing protein with fat and I know I'm getting enough of them, I notice that healing process does happen a lot faster. So that's something that I want you guys to kind of think about. I want you to think about your protein intake as you're on a carnivore diet. In my opinion, it should definitely help you as you get along in the process. There's a lot of great nutrients in a carnivore diet that I think you guys would be missing out on if you're eating a standard American diet. It's got all the stuff that's beneficial for me or someone younger than me is beneficial for you. Your B12, your iron, your omega-3 fatty acids, all your amino acids, everything like that. Your body needs that stuff no matter what age you are, all the way up to the last day. I'd be fighting like hell to make sure I got all these nutrients. And I think it's even more so important both as you're younger and your body's developing and as you're older and your body starts breaking down. I think these nutrients are way, way, way more beneficial in those stages of life than they are maybe in the middle stages, even though I think they're crucial I think they're important no matter what. If you're a younger person watching this in your 30s, 40s, get your damn nutrients in, and your meats have that. And maybe as an elderly person, maybe you can try to implement those organ meats. I know I don't eat organ meats myself. I eat a lot of eggs, and that's where I think I get a lot of my, fill in my gaps of my nutrients from is eggs. If you are an older person and you don't mind eating liver and stuff like that, and kidney and all those kind of different things that most people think are disgusting, but if you think they're beneficial for you, which I think they probably could be, just, be aware of overdoing it. There are studies, I think, out there. I don't have any sources for them, and I apologize for that. But you can go certainly Google it, and maybe you can get too much nutrients from certain organ meats if you're like eating liver every day and stuff like that. People have reported negative stuff, but maybe implement some of those organ meats into your diet if you're able to stomach it. I'm not, but I'm probably, as I get older, maybe in about 10, 15 years, going to start taking a heavy look at those kind of things and seeing if maybe I should start incorporating them into my diet and just kind of play with it and see what happens. And if you guys do and you see a lot of really good benefits from it, hey, report back to me. Let me know. I'd love to use you as a case study to let people know as they get older that this is something important they could do. So I think another big thing that kind of holds a lot of you back is there's a fear of like physical exertion. So when you start getting into this way of eating and then you start feeling better, you'll kind of naturally start, I can do that again, I can do this again, and start pushing kind of the limits of what you're capable of. And I certainly think that is something that as an older person, you should be doing. Okay. I definitely think that you should be exercising no matter what age you are on a carnivore diet. Am I asking a 75-year-old man to go in there and hit his maxes on all the big Olympic lifts and see how much he can clean and, bench and deadlift and squat and shit and hit PRs that you haven't hit since your 30s? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm asking you guys to do at all. I'm just saying start incorporating some more exercise into your life and some body movement. You're starting the healing process when you're eating right and you're finally getting all the nutrients and protein and everything, and you'll feel the difference. You'll feel the difference right away. So just start implementing something. Go for a walk around the block. Go for a swim in a pool. Just a quick, breaststroke, a few laps or something. Just go into the gym, start some high rep, low weight exercises, things like that. I think all this stuff is super beneficial. Walk on a treadmill, ride a bike, whatever you want to do, but I just get out there and move around, and then every week or whatever, just progressive overload. Like I could probably go, not overload, but a little like progress every week. Like I went for a walk around the block. I'll do a walk around the block this week, and then I'll just go to the end of the street and back the next week. And then maybe a couple weeks after that, you're doing 2 laps around the block on your way. You know what I mean? And if you're able to push yourself, if you're on the younger side, like in your mid 50s to mid 60s, and you've been active, definitely keep pushing yourself. It's just keep in mind as you get older, your body is more prone to injuries. And, I'm not saying, I know a carnivore diet, I feel more durable. And there's days I feel invincible and all that. This diet, while it does have a lot of great benefits and it is good for healing and making you feel better and everything, you are not fucking Superman on this diet. Okay, this does not turn you into Wolverine or whatever. These are not things that are going to happen. You are not going to, immediately heal overnight or become invincible because you're eating more animal-based foods and meat. But I need to start wrapping this thing up. But, so just be aware that, injuries still can happen. Don't go too crazy. Don't go, I can take on the world and all this kind of stuff. Last thing I'm going to leave you guys with kind of is, the community aspect of it. I think it's great seeing in so many, like there's Facebook groups, my YouTube channel, other people's YouTube channels. I'm seeing a lot of you guys in there asking questions and getting involved and doing things. Keep doing that. That's the one thing that I can recommend. Whether you're elderly or even younger, stay involved in the carnivore community. There's a lot of people out there. If you want coaching, there's tons of us, including myself, that offer that, and there's information on my website about that. If that's not something you're looking for, then just go in there and ask questions on Facebook or Reddit or Twitter or in the comment section of this video, whatever you want to do. But stay involved in the community. If you run into roadblocks, if you have questions, keep asking questions. That's the best thing you can do. And that's basically what I'm going to leave you guys with today. So I hope you found that beneficial. I want to remind you guys, go to lion-dads.com, and I want you to check out my free PDF, and I got the link down in the description for that. And I will leave you guys with that. Till next time, later.